Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Welcome again, you all, in the virtual learning system of Pakistan International School, Taif. Dear students, as you know that this is Pakistan International School Taif virtual class for class second year students, subject computer science, and today is our 19th lecture. Teacher name is Imran Ahmed. Dear students, in the previous lecture, we already have started the chapter number 3, which is the basics of C++. For any kind of programming languages, C, C++, Visual Basic, all these things which we are discussing nowadays, they all are things are present over in any language. In the previous topic, we were discussing the variable declaration and the initialization. Watch over here, just repeating for you. This one is this. In this statement, the following are some example of declaring variable. Whenever in the program you will use any kind of variable, you must tell the compiler which kind of variable it is. Either it is integer, either it is float, or either it is character. They give us in the book example x, y, z are the three variable, and we bound these three variable with the integer. It means that whenever in the program I will use, in any program I will use x variable, y variable, then z variable. It means that we will assign a value only integer, and integer, you know that those values we don't have the decimal point, we don't have the point, is known as integer value. In the second, next example, this one is called the declaring variable. Float, and these three, length, breadth, and sum, these three are of type float variable. It means that all the time we will assign a value length which have the decimal point, for example 5.5, breadth 6.7, and what will be the sums 5.5 plus 6.7 up to some. Third, variable declaration, how to declare a variable of type character. So ch is a variable, and we bound this ch variable as character, and we will must assign the value within a single inverted comma, and the length of character constant, I always told you, is only one character. This is called the declaration of a variable. These three statements, as you are watching now, it depends in your program which kind of statement, which kind of variable are used. It depends on the real world. For example, if you want to add the two numbers, then obviously we will use the integer variable. If you want to use the find the percentage is kind of float variable, and like this one you can use the character variable in any other program. Now this is a declaration. Now what is the initialization? Whenever I will assign, watch over here, same variable int x y z, this one is declared. Now I assign the value x is 4, and you know that 4 is what? 4 is integer value. 5 is also integer value. Watch over here in the second, length is 12.5, breadth is 15 points. So always we assign the real value means float value, and character I told you will always be one length and one character, and it always be enclosed in single inverted commas. Now next topic is typecasting. This is our long question is also present in the exercise, but over here just as I told you, if you make the integer, over here the question arises before starting the typecasting. Over here, if I told you these three variables, let's say int x, y, z, length, breadth, sum, uh, leave the character variable, just watch the two declaration type integer and float. As I assign int 4.4 y 5 and z will be calculated. The question arises here is that can I assign, let's say, what will be the result of this 4 plus 4.8, What will be the result? 4 plus 4.8. Obviously, the result will be 4 is an integer, but 4.8 is an real value, is an uh, float value. So result is 8.8 obviously, but if you make the sum is equal to integer, so it will be calculate as 8 value. Now, in the typecasting, question is this: can I make the float value as integer value and integer value as a integer variable as a float variable? Question is, can I use x is a float variable or length is an integer variable? So we will use, if any kind of situation like this, so we will use the typecasting. Typecasting is used in C++ to convert data type. Watch over here, convert data type. Data type means integer, float, character. Convert data type from one type to another. It means that integer will be treated as float and float will be treated, you can make the float as an integer. There are two types of typecasting, implicit and explicit typecasting. Implicit typecasting automatically converts data type to another. This is explained by the following example. They give us the example. For example, they watch over here. What will be the result? Q is equal to 15 divided by 6. Now 15 is integer. 6 is an integer. Keep in mind, the integer plus integer result will always be integer. But we are dividing over here. 15 divided, what will be the result? Obviously, when you divide, it will show you 3.3, 6, 2. Its result will be 2. Why 2? Because 6 2s are 12. If I completely divide, now q is an integer variable. So integer, it will assign the integer value, not it will assign the float value. When this integer division is performed, the result will also become an integer value, 2. So the result will be 2, which will be implicitly converted to floating point 2.0 and assigned the variable q. If one of both integer constant are converted to floating point constant, it means that if I write 14.0 or 6 will perform division using floating point mathematics. In this case, the result produced 2.5. It means that if I write 15.0 divided by 6.0, now in this case, it will give us the fully division like 2.3 or 2.5, whatever the result will be. But if I solve like this one, so it will give us the only integer and the result of this will be 2. This is called the implicit typecasting. Now explicit typecasting. Whenever we will perform the exercise, I will do some kind of question of implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting, because this is the topic and you are at the very beginning of the programming stage. That's why it is a little bit difficult, but it is not that much, so you can do it easily. In explicit typecasting, a special operator is used to convert one data type into another. General form is for conversion type. First you will like uh, type expression. This is a general form. Like if you will say int and expression is 3.0 plus 5.5, whatever will be. So it will convert all the float to the integer value. But if I will write float and the expression will be 5 plus 5, so 5 plus 5 is 10, so it will show me 10.00 because we will write the typecasting word. Here expression can be mathematical expression of a variable. This is explained by the following example. Watch over here, q is equal to a divided by b. When the division is performed, integer maths will be used to result produced will be 2. So they give us the same example, which will be in the implicit variable declaration. But watch over here, if I use the same expression, q is equal to float a divided by b. Now the value of a is 15, the value of b is like 6. So what will be the result? Now they give us the fully division result will be 2.5 though. So this one is called the explicit type casting. Next one, input handling and output handling. Very now here you can say that very important topic this one is. As you know that in the C language already you have performed the input and output operation or input handling and output handling. In C language, just for your revision, we use the word for input. We use a function for input which was scanf function, which was scanf for input operation. And for output operation, we use printf in the C language. But in the C++, we will not use scanf and printf. Instead of scanf, we will use cin. Instead of scanf, we will use in C++ cin, and instead of printf, we will use cout. Rest the operation of cin and cout is same as we study in the class 10 scanf and the printf function. Okay, now the definition: input and output handling in computer programming, providing data into a program from outside source is known as input, and output means is known as input. Outsource. Okay, this is the half topic over here. I will explain in very detail. Input. There are two types of input. One is design time input. Another one is runtime input. Whenever in the program we will assign a value to any kind of variable, then this one is called the design time input. But what is the runtime input? After executing the program, whenever I will assign the value to any kind of variable, then this one is called the runtime input. Design time input and runtime input. I will make the example after this topic, so we will use this one. In C++, input output IO is performed by using streams. A stream is a sequence of data that flows in and out the program. The C in and C out. Watch over here, they use the two words C in and C out are the standard statement that use the iostream.h. iostream, in the previous program which we have discussed already, the definition of C in and C out is present over where in the that header files or preprocessor directive, which one is iostream.h. Header file for performing this header file iostream.h header file for performing input output operation. Therefore, it must be included at the beginning of the program. Another function, we will use these kind of function, get ch, get s, put s are also used for the handling input output operation. So we will use, when we will use the start the string operation, we will use this kind of function over there. Now I will show cout statement, how to use the cout statement. Already I told you how to use the cout statement. I will do the example and I will explain over there. Just loading the C++, it will take few seconds, so just have to wait. Start Turbo C++. Good. Now this is the program. In the previous topic, we have discussed this kind of program. Write a program. This program was write a program which find the area of rectangle. Now, just little bit change I will make in this program. I will first of all, I want to remove that comment. Same program, watch over here. what is the runtime input and what is design time input. In this program, I use three variables, A, L, and B. Area is equal to, because area we are going to find out the area of rectangle. We are finding the, and as you know that the formula which is used for to find the area of rectangle is equal to A is equal to length into breadth, or you can say the length into width. So length into breadth. Clear screen. Watch over these two statements. This is called the design time input, or variable initialization is always called the design time input. Design time input means I am writing the program and I assign the value. Length is 6 and B is equal to 4. So all the time whenever I will execute this program, it will show me the area of rectangle is how much? 24. Why 24? Length is 6 and breadth is 4. So 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. Area of rectangle. Watch over here. I use the cout statement, and this one is called, I explained already cout statement in the previous lecture. Today I will explain the cin statement. Just to check run, result is area of rectangle is equal to 24. Now again I will run. Area of rectangle is equal to 24. Two times I execute the same. It is the constant value I assign the length and constant value I assign to the breadth. So all the time result will be how many times I will execute, 5 times, 6 times, 10 times, but it will show me the result is equal to area of rectangle is 24. Now I am going to use the this runtime input. So watch over here, I will use cin, length, cin breadth. Before executing this program, now these are the two statements, two same statement. This one is the initialization of variable length is equal to 6. So if I use these two statement, it will give me the result 24 all the time. But after removing, now I will remove these two because I use the runtime input. And for the runtime input, which statement I use? Cin statement. Cin. Watch over here, the iostream.h is used for the cin and cout. Now I want to execute. What happened? At the running time, watch our cursor is blinking on the output screen. Why it is blinking? It is asking for the value of length. So I will give the value of length is, let's say, 8. Value of length is equal to 8. Press the enter key. Area of rectangle is equal to 0. There is some kind of mistake we have done. Length, breadth, okay, length, breadth. Run again. 8 and let's say 9. So 8 multiply area of rectangle should be 72. Watch over here, area of rectangle is equal to, now this is flexible. Next time whenever I will run, again it will ask for me the value 6, 4. Now 6, 4, 24. Again, whenever I will execute same program, it will ask the value again. So one by one, it will ask for the value again and again. I think C is stuck over here. I hope you will understand all of these topics, cin statement and cout statement. So inshallah, you will use next program with the any other program. If we need see a constant input, design time input, so we will use that. Otherwise I will use all the time cin statement for the input and cout statement for the output. Inshallah, tomorrow we will start the next lecture. Till take care of yourself. Pray for me, pray for all Muslim. Allah Hafiz.